We're talking today with Larry Delp, Managing Director for Commercial Banking in the Mid-Atlantic region, and Pam Campbell, Regional Executive for Middle Market Banking for Sovereign Bank, soon to be Santander Bank.
Right.
And that's the first thing I want to talk about. Tell me about how you're going to manage this name change locally, the switch from Sovereign to Santander.
Well, that official switch is going to take place by way of signage, and what the outside world will see, our clients and the communities, will take place officially on October the 17th. And of course, the Santander name is a name that's well recognized around the globe. Will be a little new to this community, but is a name that one will see when they walk into every one of our branches. Here in downtown Reading, very important to us, that location that today is called the Sovereign Center will be the Santander Arena, as well as the performing arts will be the Santander Performing Arts Center.
Right. Pam, is there any concern about this switch from Sovereign Bank, which is such a familiar name, especially here in Berks County, to what I think you can fairly characterize as a foreign-sounding name? I like the way Santander sounds, but it'll be new and different for a lot of people. Is there any concern about that?
I don't think there's really any concern. We've been dual branding Sovereign Santander for about a year now, and it's coming over, I think, very well. At the end of the day, it's the people you deal with, and we're not changing the people. It's the same people that have been in this community for 150, 200 years. My entire team has. We're old. We've been here a while, and a lot of it gets down to the people. Local decision making, resources are all the same.
Logistically, what'll be some of the challenging things implementing this change? Are there back office systems that are going to have to change, or has that all been taken care of?
The back office systems, I'll say, Dan, that's really up to us. So you want any change to be transparent to a client. So the good news is our clients aren't going to have to change their account numbers. They're not going to have to change the stock on their checking. So that back office thing, these things have been worked on. And as a customer walks in and a client walks in on October the 17th, they'll see a name change, but nothing else will change for them as far as what they need to do. That's on us.
Over the past year, we went to a core platform, so all the IT has been done, and so now our clients, we have one major platform, and that's already been done. So they really won't see any technology changes of disruptions in terms of service levels, account changes, new checks, which is great.
One of the things I'm interested in is Santander is also rolling out some new information and policies about their fees. Transparency, and this is a big thing with consumers. How well do you think Sovereign had been doing with fees, and what will be different with some of these changes?
Well, the Pew Charitable Trust, we voluntarily joined that. And I believe there's 2 banks in the county that have joined that, ourselves and another one, that the whole point is transparency and is disclosure. And I think in the report they were saying 69 average pages is what a consumer normally gets. And you're going to have a very clear, concise, that shows minimum balances, fees, what you need to have, which I think is fantastic.
Let's talk for a minute about this idea of local competition. When I've been out and about, I hear a lot about that it's been a challenging environment to do business lending. There's a lot of competition. First of all, what are you hearing out from your commercial lending people about the challenge of lending right now?
Well, we all know while the economy seems to be rebounding, it still is kind of soft. So many of our clients who are considering where do they stand within the economy? There's still capacity out there within a lot of our clients. So they aren't necessarily buying a new building or buying a new piece of machinery. So there's still capacity out there. Competition, Dan, you know it yourself here in the county, we have many banks, many wonderful banks. So what it really gets down to is you really need to know and understand what your client's needs are. You need to be always talking to them. The worst thing you can ever do to a client is to surprise them. No one likes surprises.
Right.
So we try to stay out ahead of the issues that we know they face. The fact that we're here in this county, it still is a county that people know one another. As Pam said earlier, people want to know who they're dealing with. They want to know who's making decisions. They want to know where decisions are made. And we have a group of people here that have been part of the fabric of this community for a long period of time. And being part of the community means not just being their banker, being on the local boards, participating in the numerous kind of events that take place. And there's an expectation that we as business leaders partake in those type of things. And
Sure.
we feel very strongly being on those boards.
Pam, what are you hearing from your business clients? Is there a Larry talked about the still kind of not a huge amount of confidence in the strengthening economy. What are you hearing from your folks about their willingness to take out loans and take on a little more debt and to grow and expand and hire?
Well, it is soft. I mean, across our markets, it is very soft with our existing clients. A lot of our customers actually have rebounded exceptionally well from 2009, 2010, and they really have streamlined their operations. They have brought in technology, become more efficient, have learned how to do more with less. And what we're seeing is our existing clients are not hiring like they used to, and are not expanding because they do have capacity. And they've learned to do things a little better, a little brighter, a little smarter, that today they don't need to. And revenues are up, profits are up. We're hoping sooner or later they're going to buy another company. They're going to start up another division or another region.
But there's still a lot that are kind of in wait and see mode.
Mm-hmm. There's still a
Exactly
lot
right.
of wait and see mode, and that's where a lot of our business, typically 30-40% of your business comes from existing clients, and that's down because they're just not borrowing.
In today's world, Dan, if you're not efficient and if you're not doing things for yourself and thinking forward, as Pam said, we look for our clients to grow, and a lot of it sometimes is through acquisitions. So if you're not looking and analyzing your company yourself to be efficient, effective, cost effective, the fear is somebody else will do it to you.
Right. Right.
And you never want that to happen. You always want to do it yourself.
One of the things that I've read about Santander is its strength in overseas markets, particularly in South America. What does that mean for local Berks businesses? Are there people in Berks County that might be able to tap into those resources better under the arrangement that you have with Santander?
Well, there are absolutely companies here in Berks County that are either importing from or exporting to, and you mentioned Latin America. And one of the advantages we have in Santander, we can literally pick up the phone and speak to a colleague of ours in Brazil. What's going on? What are the dynamics of the community? And what kind of industrialization might make sense there? And it's not just Brazil, but throughout Latin America or within Europe. So those kind of strengths today that our clients, they want to hear and know what's going on, and we can get live feedback from our colleagues.
Sure.
Yeah, our international desk that we have really helps with what we call outboarding, which helps our local customers, small to large, look at what it's going to take to either enter into a partnership, open a checking account, buy a company, in other countries. And, some are part of NAFTA, some aren't. Taxation and rules and regs are very important to know. And we actually do a lot of consultation with our prospects and our clients and helping them make some decisions and not to rush into something and realize if they ever want to get anything back out, if they've opened something, they're not going to pay a 46% tax rate doing it. So we add a huge value in terms of clients who really want to look at a global opportunity. And a lot of our middle market companies today are growing at a 20-24% pace, are those ones that export and deal internationally.
Quick follow-up on that. You mentioned Santander is based in Spain.
Correct.
European economy is still feeling the effects of the recession. Greece is still struggling, Italy, and to some extent even Spain.
Mm-hmm.
How much exposure does Santander have to that, and what effect might that mean for the U.S. segment of Santander?
Of course, that economy is, on the rebound somewhat, but the majority of the earnings of the Santander organization actually comes from outside of Spain. It's about 10% of the earnings comes from Spain. So that means 90% comes from without. So whether if it's the United Kingdom, Latin America, of course here in the U.S. we're becoming a much larger component of the overall profitability of Santander. So to the local community, there really isn't any effect whatsoever.
And we really run our businesses autonomously in that we are structured and funded and on an individual country basis, and that's done purposely to do that. As we tell our clients to diversify their client base, we've done that too. So, we've got operations, as Larry said, across the world, Germany, Poland. We have trade offices in China. We've got obviously Puerto Rico, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Chile. So we're doing what we're telling our clients to do, diversify.
Pam, Larry, thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you so much.